Chad, I'm really glad that you're, able to come in today and talk to me. And I just wanted to go over with you really quick the confidentiality consent form, and just kind of be clear about, the confidentiality that, everything we say is going to stay here, but, might be viewed by my professor and classmates. I I need to report, any potential harm to yourself or others, and report it to the state if necessary. I just want to make sure that you're okay with video recording this session today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sounds good. And so, I just want to welcome you, and and just I want to begin by asking you, what would you like to get out of our session today?
Well, mostly I'm looking for just someone to talk to about a recent stressful situation that's come up.
Okay, are you able to tell me a little bit more about this stressful situation that you find yourself in?
Okay, well, see, I'm currently enrolled in a business and administration program, and so I'm coming up close to graduation. I only have one more semester left, so the time came to sign up. I have a really great GPA, so I got priority sign up for next semester's classes and stuff. So I sign up, think everything is great, and that happens. So I'm like, sweet, that's set. No problems there. I'm all in my head. I'm like, okay, everything's all set up for next semester, and I'm only going 3 days a week, which is awesome. So I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he's also in the business and administration program, and he was telling me about this requirement. One of the classes needs to have something in finance, or one thing or another, and so I was going back in my head, and I was thinking, okay, do one of my classes have this? And I didn't think so. So I looked back at what I'd signed up for, and sure enough, none of my classes have that. So I'm going to panic mode there for half a second. I have to drop one of my classes, and I'm looking for anything in the schedule for what would fit. Everything that would fit for 3 days is either full, and I can't sign up for anything that's waitlisted yet. So I find something at the Stockton campus, and so I gotta sign up for that. Just the bummer is that fills up my schedule, and I have to go 5 days a week to school, and to 2 different campuses also.
Wow, so it sounds like that totally did not go as you had originally planned at all.
No, it was kind of a weird situation of thinking that something had been squared away, come back at me and smack me in the face and be like, nope, you're not squared away.
Yeah, it really sounds like. So if I can just recap, just to be sure that I'm understanding. So you're a business and administration major, and so you're on, is this your last semester?
Not this semester, the next semester that I signed up for.
Okay, so your next semester will be your last semester, and so you're trying to square away your requirements, and you thought you had that all squared away, but then new information came up from one of your buddies that there was a new requirement that you didn't factor into your next semester classes, and then all the other classes were full, and so you had to sign up for classes on the Stockton campus on opposite days of what your classes are for.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Another little tidbit in there is that this had come up in previous counseling sessions, so I'm not just going off what my buddy said at all, but this had come up in previous counseling sessions that I had. There's one of those things of like, oh, I'll do that next semester. I'll do that next semester. So it's just been something I've forgotten about. So this isn't just
right.
Yes, this is just one of my friends said, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I understand.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit more? Just a little bit more about the situation and how this affects your life, maybe?
Yeah, so the big reason of why I wanted to go 3 days is because I need to start interning for what I want to do. So what I'm concentrating in is accounting, and in order to really kind of get into that field, experience is everything. And everybody's got a bachelor's degree nowadays, so really the experience that you have is what really stands out on your resume. So I have an opportunity for for an internship and a part-time job that will start covering my finances and gaining that experience. So it's kind of a double whammy sort of deal. So that's one reason why it was such a huge blow to kind of find out that those things won't be possible now with going 5 days.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, if you need to sign up for that Stockton campus class on the opposite days, you won't be able to work next semester. You won't be able to work or get experience for your internship, and so
that's correct.
And that directly influences your future.
Yeah, well, the reason why it's such a big deal is I was talking with my parents the other day, and they they're proud of me for going to school and for getting that all done. I still live at home right now, and so I'm still under my parents' roof, still eating their food. I pay for my car and my gas and all that and cell phone, but they're still taking care of me, and so they're really stressing the point that they wanted me to, as soon as college was over, just start moving on. Go find my own place and to strike it on my own. And they're already making plans of redecorating my room, and I guess it's gonna be some sort of workout room or something. So it's weird having my dad come in with a measuring stick or a measuring tape and saying a workbench or a treadmill's going over there. And so and that's one reason why this is such a huge one reason why it's such a huge deal is that I really don't want to let down my parents at all. That's one thing. I love my parents, and I know they love me. They're just eager to get me out of there. I'm the last one, so parents, and I won't be able to really please them if I can't start making an income and saving up money and such.
So, how do their actions on the situation make you feel?
I think it's a little insensitive. It's they're paying for a majority of my schooling, but there's also some student loans that we've had to take out. It's about half. So I got about $60 grand hanging over my head that I need to start paying on after 6 months after I get done with schooling. So again, this is stressing why I need to start working and stuff. Even just a part-time job would get that ball rolling and stuff like that. And that internship is also has promised to turn into full-time work. It's with the state, the auditor's office.
Okay.
So and that would be mucho bucks, and that'd be more than enough to pay for my bills and just give me kind of complete financial security, I guess. So, but my parents' actions, they're kind of treating me as already kind of dead and done, and that feels strange. Like, I'm not quite there in terms of like where I need to be. Still got another 4 or 5 months left before I think they should start coming in with a measuring tape. But I wish for more support and for them to be more understanding in my situation, I guess.
Yeah. So you want your parents to be maybe more helpful?
Yeah, more helpful in terms of emotional support and financial support too. Like I've already done a whole lot, but I know my parents are in a position to really wipe the slate clean and to start me off without any debt at all. And why they don't do that, I don't really know. Whether they're greedy or just they want me to have some sort of responsibility in that aspect, but
yeah, I can really understand. I can really relate with how stressful the situation is, dealing with my own student loans as well, and so I really feel for you, and just moving on to maybe some goals on what you would like to see come out of this situation, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I think the overall goal would just to be reduce the stress and anxiety. I think those two kind of go together. As if you're feeling stressed about something, you're thinking about it constantly, causing anxiety. And I think that's the overall goal, is to reduce both, if not one of those things.
So I have a question for you, maybe regarding that aspect. Are there any influences on your life regarding maybe your culture or spirituality that influences kind of like dealing with, your life and stress, anxiety, and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, a couple things. Like culture-wise, like, there's a lot of influences of, like, that you had to. There was a lot of expectation around in my friends and my immediate surroundings of going to a big time school. Okay, so university, instead of maybe looking at some other specialized programs or whatnot, but having a university education and to just pay that extra buck, and just to you have to get the best of the best for your education. Well, in hindsight, I've really seen that there's other alternatives to education. There's online schooling, there's community college to four-year schools. There's lots of different ways to the end result, and in the end, all you get is a piece of paper anyways. So, there's that influence, but also, like, another thing that kind of influences my situation is the spiritual aspect. I'm a Christian, so there's there's that aspect of shining light on all my different situations. Of, I believe that God's in control of everything, and that all things work together for good for those who love Christ. And but it's a whole lot to take in. Yeah. Definitely a whole lot to take in.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe exploring that a little bit, can you tell me maybe some of your values and strengths as well?
So I think like hard work is a big value of mine. I really value hard work, and I have a 3.8 GPA, so it's reflected in my academics, and I'm really kind of itching to get out and get done with the academics of it, and just to really start doing it. And so there's that. But yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Just reflecting back, it sounds like some of your strengths are definitely intelligent. You have that high GPA that can really help you. After you graduate, and it sounds like you have a really great work ethic. And so I think just exploring your strengths, like just what you bring to the table, I can tell that you really have a great work ethic.
Well,
and
thank you.
Yeah. And so, just knowing these facts and kind of going in, we're going to try to explore maybe alternatives and maybe, what you'd like to see happen and what you'd like to do to move forward.
Okay. Well, like, I guess a few alternatives that I could do is, like, maybe search for work, like, in the evening time or something like that, and try to find something. Like, I guess this really hasn't dawned on me, but my sister worked for UPS, like, in the morning, and she'd do that before all of her schooling, and that's a good alternative. And so I guess my second my second registration pass is coming up here, so I can always get on wait lists and just kind of trust the Lord with the with the rest.
Yeah, sounds really good. So just moving to action, maybe what actions would you take to bring these goals to life?
Yeah, I don't know if there's really too much I can do, but definitely the job market, I know it's hard, but just trying like a bad dog to try to get a job that would work for my schedule, and I mean, just wait lists for every single class that would work, and try to make it happen.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. It sounds like a really good solid place to start, and I think we're out of time for today. But I'd love to follow up with you on the story, and maybe make an appointment for next week and maybe see how you're doing. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. It's nice meeting you.
That's nice meeting you too.